Hi, and welcome back to 20 Tools for Internet Marketing. And this is your host, Vashon Borich. And if you've been following these video tutorials, you are learning of tools, softwares, or applications that you can use in your own internet marketing business or digital marketing business. Whether or not it is your own or whether you work for a big corporation, I hope that you find these tools helpful in your internet marketing experience. So let's go on to today's tool. Today's tool is tool number 16, and the tool is called MalwareBytes, and you can locate this tool and download it at MalwareBytes.org. Be sure to use .org in order to get to the download. All right, so before I dive into exactly what MalwareBytes does, let me explain what malware is, because some of you may not know. Malware is any type of malicious software that infects your computer and causes it to not function as anticipated. You can get malware by visiting, an infected website. Unfortunately, there's some malicious people out there that like to infect other people's computer. You can also get it by opening up an email that has a link in it or something like that. You click on it and whammo, you have malware on your computer. So not all antivirus software protects you against malware. Some of it is so sneaky that even most antivirus softwares don't pick it up. So this is where MalwareBytes comes into play, because it specifically targets malware, adware, trojans, and things like that that might potentially come from advertising that you find or click on or download off the internet. So let's talk about MalwareBytes. MalwareBytes is a malware and adware detection and elimination software. Basically, it scans your PC for annoying or just plain malicious programs, plugins, extensions, and apps that potentially slow down or cause major computer problems. It also protects against websites that try to steal your credit card information and identity. So it's a really good software. I've tried out a number of them, and I use this one 90% of the time, other than my antivirus software, in order to find malware and eliminate it on my computer. So let's talk about cost. MalwareBytes, it does have a free 14-day trial, and the 14-day trial does work completely as the paid version. So if you wanted to do a quick scan on your computer, you could use the trial, and if you're as pleased as I was, then you can end up buying a lifetime license for $24.95, and that is a steal for what MalwareBytes does. So what are the requirements? The requirements, you just need a computer. I believe it works for both Mac and PC, although I currently am on a PC. I find that I use it more on a PC than a Mac. No offense, PC users. But MalwareBytes is an excellent choice to help clean up that malware that's on a PC computer specifically. All right, so I wanted to show you something that recently infected my computer and how I solved it using MalwareBytes. So this is my webpage, teamtough.com, and you can see that there's things in my first page of my website that were showing up highlighted anytime I went to it from my Internet Explorer, or in this case Chrome or Firefox. And it was really kind of annoying because I did not want these things to show up. It wasn't horribly malicious, but it was just annoying. And the thing is if I hovered over one of them, like making money, then it pops up this little pop-up thing. And so it got to be just a real challenge because, sometimes I'd be reading something and I'd accidentally hover over it, and then this window would pop up. And, this is not a normal thing that I wanted on my website or any website, and it was occurring on every website that I visited. So I knew I had been infected with some kind of malware, and I wanted to get it off. So the first thing I did was I ran my antivirus on it, and I also looked in the tools and Chrome and everything to see, if it was an extension or an app or something that I had accidentally installed, and it wasn't showing up anywhere. And my antivirus came back clean, and so I knew that it was somewhere hidden that even my antivirus couldn't find it. So I went to my MalwareBytes and I was able to eliminate this. So it was really great. So let me show you how you can get to MalwareBytes and what happens and how you download it. So here's the homepage for MalwareBytes. And again, it's just MalwareBytes.org. When you go here, you're going to see there's two options. You can buy the pro version or you can do the free version. I would recommend just go ahead and download the free version to start and test it out, make sure it's it's going to be what you need for your needs. And then after you're satisfied with it, then you can go ahead and buy the pro version. So once you click on free version, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and you just simply click download now. Follow the instructions and prompts that come up to install it on your PC. And once it's installed, you should have an icon on your desktop that looks like this. So before you click on this icon, I would go ahead and shut down, any software that you have currently running or any programs you have running on your computer, just so that it does a really clean job of cleaning out malware. All right, so once you click on it, it's going to open up the software and it'll look just like this. So you'll have, it'll have the scanner page that pulls up, and you have several options. You can perform a quick scan, a full scan, which takes a bit longer, but it goes a lot more deeply into your computer, or a flash scan. And this one specifically analyzes your memory and auto-run objects. That one will only work on the paid version though. So if you do the test or trial version, you'll have to wait to try that one out. In most cases, the quick scan will catch whatever you need. And that was the case in my instance of the malware that infected me. So you simply click on that and then click scan. So here's what happened when I clicked scan. There was over 100 of these malware files that had somehow gotten installed on my computer. So it's kind of frustrating, obviously, when that happens. But malware found it, and my antivirus did not. So very good thing that it found it. And once it finds them, you can just go through and you check off the ones that you want it to eliminate. And what it does first is actually it puts it in quarantine. That's this tab right here. That's a good benefit because once it's in quarantine, let's say you accidentally checked on something and it wasn't in fact malware, you could always reactivate it just in case your computer wasn't working as expected because it was an important file. So go ahead, check all those off, and after you check them off, and I've already cleaned these up, but after you check them off, you'll see a button that says, eliminate or repair, and you'll just click on that, and it will clean up all that bad malware that's on your computer. So really great program. So let me talk about some of the samurai tips that I've learned from using this software. Samurai tips are my best practices that I like to share. The first one is be sure to close all your programs and save any open documents prior to running MalwareBytes, as after you run it, it will require you to restart your computer. So that's important to note. And then the second thing is, check your quarantine. If you accidentally remove something that you believe is not a threat, you can click on it and restore it back to your computer. And then finally, oops, I just skipped around here. Some malware is so malicious that it actually blocks MalwareBytes from working. And I haven't had that happen, but I've heard of others who have. If this happens and you try to click on MalwareBytes to open it and it just won't work, MalwareBytes offers a software called Chameleon, and you can get there with this URL. So it's just malwarebytes.org/downloads and then the # tools. And Chameleon actually prevents any type of malware from blocking MalwareBytes from running. So it's a great tool to help you if you really get something nasty on your computer that's preventing it from working. So I hope you also have found great help in this particular software, and I do hope that you don't get any malware, but in this business, if you're always on the computer, sooner or later you're going to get something that's going to infect your computer. So I'd like to leave you with a bonus, as I do on all of these tutorials, and the bonus is I offer an internet marketing cheat sheet for free just by joining my mailing list. And if you're wondering what a cheat sheet is, well, basically it includes all of my favorite tools that I use for internet marketing and just some best practices on how to use them and where to find those tools so you can download them and use them yourself. And I only give those out to people that are on my mailing list. So if you would like a copy of that for free, just join my email list here It's teamtough.com/email. With that, have a great day.